Hello there folks, SeKo Starcraft here, having himself a little bit of kokanee and watching game number 2 between Funkay and Nerchio. If you guys didn't see game number 1, check out the annotation down below. If you're a Zerg player or you just like Zerg, that was a really cool game out of Nerchio. I don't want to spoil it too much for you, so go check it out, otherwise I'm going to talk all about it because I thought it was just baller. And we saw that the Terran player played a very straightforward standard game, standard opening into bio with Widowmine. Good drops, great multitasking, but I don't think he expected to run into this really interesting, like 11-minute, 12-minute hive tech Ultralisk Infestor play. That's something I don't think I've seen in a long time. I don't think many Terrans would know how to cope with. Just the fungals in the face, locking down your bio army, and just Ultralisks ripping it apart. Great games out of Nerchio, very inventive. But on this game here, we have ourselves Habitation Station. And Habitation Station brings with it the funkiness that is I almost call it an enigma. Like I don't know how to describe it. This goal base for some people is the most important thing. It's like how this base like revolves. And when it first got made, you see like Zerg players rushing and got to get that gold base, but they couldn't hold it and would overextend. So we see a lot of times they expand away and take the gold base much later. And now we're seeing Terran players that love to lift off and just land and take these bases. So crazy. I think that it's really nice to have maps like this that are just a little bit off standard. I've seen games in this map that go 5 minutes. I've seen hour-long games. And for a map that seems like most games should be short, it is really enjoyable to watch people play on. We do have our gas happening on this side, so we should be seeing the Reapers come out once again. Pool is not started yet. There it is, so standard 14-15 here coming up from the Zerg player. And he's going south just to make sure there wasn't like a proxy, 2 racks or something down here. I don't know why I like this map so much. I mean, even the expansions are great, but this map has big open spots mixed with really interesting tight chokes. And you can fit any type of style. You can play mech and just control huge swaths of the map. Or you can play bio and dart between the bases. You can play swarm hosts and control space. You can play mutalisks and bounce between this big open air that you can just move through freely. It's just creates some really exciting styles. Nerchio, pretty confident that there wasn't a marine coming out, is going to see everything that's happening and sees absolutely nothing weird. We do have the Reaper moving across. I think he just made 1 this time. He made 2 last time. It didn't pay off that great though. Zerg player saw Nerchio just do a quick little scan to make sure there wasn't bunkers going down or something silly. Going for a bunker right away and getting Reapers into it can be just a pain in the butt. Reapers kill stuff so quickly. The Zerglings run right past. Now they find them. Pretty good micro there out of the Reaper, but it took a lot of damage. He's going to sit there and wait a little bit to come back to health. Command center is on the way. Factory is happening, so same opening out of our Terran player. We saw the very interesting 2 gas being taken fairly early on from our Zerg player last game. We'll see if he wants to go for a similar style. Queen almost gets it. Another shot or 2 and that guy was going down. How much damage did they do again? Was it 5? 4. Lots more damage to air. Only 4 damage versus the ground. I would have taken another 2 shots. Just wanted to know. Curiosity's sake. Shooting up them plates again. Lots of Marines on the way. Interestingly, getting out a good chunk of Marines before that their factory maybe could move over. So we should be pretty safe now against anything really silly that's coming his way. Moving up to his 4 queens, getting the creep spread in his main. This is kind of a pet peeve of mine. I love seeing a creep tumor in the main, just connecting them. That way if you're getting dropped and you have like roaches to defend or something, you can always bounce between them quickly. We do have a spine crawler going down, as well as the gas is taken in the main once again. Reaper is down here. Overlord's in great position to scout. Where did the other Overlord go? Oh, he's going back through again. Just checking to see if it's mech or bio. That Overlord, well, he might actually get out of there with his life. That'd be cool. Does actually kill off one of the Overlords down there. That was actually kind of sexy. All those there guys die off. I don't mind that. The push with the early couple of Marines. Managed to get himself an Overlord. Supply block his opponent pretty nicely. Obviously, the Zerg player gets a free scout. but doesn't see anything too out of the ordinary. Timing of the starport with a reactor and not a tech lab. And then the stim pack timing if he was paying good attention. I do like getting the spine crawler as part of this. Just help you position the bottom of the ramp, get that creep going a lot sooner. If you go with this Hellion and Reaper style, a shot from a spine crawler actually does a lot of damage. So you'll see a lot of times you don't really want to mess with somebody that's going for that kind of style. Third base is happening. We have the layer started up now. Keeping up on them their injects. The next gases are taken. So I'm interested to see if we're going to run into a very similar style. We have the 1-1 with the melee attack out of the Zerg player, and that's not too strange. That's not too unusual, because usually you're going for an early Zergling and Baneling style anyways. It's funny that the Starport was there to make himself a reactor and then make another reactor. Not many Overlords are just chilling. He's actually got a couple over here that he might be able to take out on this path. Big spiderweb. He might be able to get 2 or 3 on that line. Lots more Hellions this game though. Last game there was only like 4. He's actually got a Hellion and Marauder timing coming across the map. Funky build. And we actually have ourselves the Spire this time. So maybe funkay is predicting that it's going to be this really ground heavy army once again. Spire is a long ways off. And I don't know if he's going to be able to keep this base alive with these Marauders here. They'll be able to chew through this base really quickly. I don't know if Stim has been started yet. No, he delayed his Stim quite a bit in order to get out a little bit of extra units. Stim pack is finished up now. Good target firing onto the medevac. He won't be able to keep this hatchery alive, I can't imagine. Yeah, Terran player will focus that down. The medevac does go down as well. But this is pretty good positioning out of these Hellions here. Zerglings are essentially just running to their death, though. That was really strange for me. Another hatch going down immediately, but that was a pretty good win for the Terran. Nice timing. There isn't... Yeah, there's the other command center. I was supposed to say it should be on its way here pretty soon. This is pretty important. The Terran player does just pay attention in time and actually keeps most of his Hellions alive. If he wasn't, losing those Hellions would have been very unfortunate. Does want that map control right now just to be able to see what's coming at him. Already up to 2 kills here on this Viking. Overlord's running the wrong direction to be able to help with this Queen's shooting him in the face. About half damage on that there. So Nerchio's a bit behind here. Losing that hatch was a bit unfortunate. He did not scout that that was the attack that was coming. And puts himself a little bit behind right now. Creep spread from the Zerg player. Very, very nice. Do like seeing Nerchio focusing on that. Particularly if he's going for this very ground heavy army. Does have his attack for his mutas. It does have the Baneling nest on the way. One Viking still scouring the map. He'll come over here and at least grab one more Overlord, it looks like, before he's finished. Doesn't look like he can afford a lot of mutas right now. Am I missing? No, there they are. I was about to say, where are all the mutas? Don't know how much damage they got there. I wasn't paying attention. Let's see. Not much. He's got 2 total worker kills. We'll get those Marines in that one spot. I was watching some Starbow. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to watch some of that, but mutas just kill everything. Mutas in StarCraft 2 just so much less effective. This is a nice little pickup right here if he's paying attention. Oh man, that's rough. Probably could have killed at least 2 or 3 of those Hellions just to get them out of the way. Very worth doing that. Lots more mutas. Mike going for a very, very muta heavy flock here. Sometimes you'll see people get just kind of enough to take care of business. Some people get enough to essentially win games with. Big stim out of the Terran army. There's only 2 medevacs in tow here. Nerchio does clean up the watchtower once again. Queen might get shut down here. Got a little bit out front, unfortunately. And we'll get a fair bit of the creep. Banelings are morphing right now. Baneling speed is just a few seconds away. If you can wait about another 20 seconds, might be able to clean up a lot of this army. And the problem is the Terran doesn't really want to pick up unless he has to. The mutas overhead will be able to pick those off if he's not paying close enough attention. This is a funky attack here from Nerchio. Whoa, Baneling hits. Nerchio, yeah. Pretty good control. Unfortunately for him, he used up a lot of his Banelings, and these Widow Mines killed a ton of crap That one killed nothing, surprisingly. That one killed 3. It looked like it killed more than that. Didn't anybody else seem like it killed more than that? Maybe there's a drop in the back of the base. I didn't see. Should be on top of this next base here pretty easily. Terran player is pretty far behind on his third base here. That gold kind of got shut down. Widowmine got another bunch of damage here. 10 kills in that Widowmine. But his army does get cleaned up in a heap. Don't know if he's got detection down here, but those Widowmines should get cleaned up. Otherwise, the Terran player, maybe just pick him up, park him in the mineral line. 5 kills total on that Viking. Pretty good job. Terran player moving up with the next piece here. Where are all the medevacs for this guy? Kind of surprising. His medevac count has been very, very low. And he's going to need it. He's going to need a lot of stims in order to keep ahead on this attack. Both those Widowmines do get cleaned up before they can get anything done, unfortunately. Terran is kind of forced to stay at home for a moment. That's generally not the position you want to be in right now if you're funkay. I mean, nobody wants to be that. The creep's almost at his doorstep. But you want to be out pressuring the Zerg players so that way these mutas aren't doing damage to your base. They're a great harass unit and not a super effective defense unit. So if you can make them spend most of the time defending, you're going to be doing a lot better. Good chunk of Zerglings and Banelings. 2-2 right now for the Zerg player. Only 1-1 right now for the Terran. Still a ways off on those upgrades. Infestation Pit just finishing up here soon though. So it'll be a while before 3-3 really enters the picture for the Zerg player. Army's kind of scooting around undetected right now. There's not much down here for defense. This bunker alone though should be enough to kind of keep him safe. I don't know if the Zerg player kind of senses what's up here. He's trapped this Terran army. He's pretty strong still though. Let's see if he can catch it in a good spot. Bio, pretty good splits. But it will get cleaned up in the end. Funkay down by about 60 supply right now. 4 bases for the Zerg player. No static defenses, wouldn't mind seeing just a couple, just in case. Particularly in the main. Right now it's completely open for a drop to come in here and get some damage done. But the Terran player is pretty much on the defensive right now. Widowmines get taken out before they can really launch on anything. Upgrades are a big disadvantage, and funkay leaves the game essentially overrun at his doorstep. And I don't think he had a ton left he could really do at this standpoint. Great little series by Nerchio. Takes it 2-0. SeKo Starcraft. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll talk with you later.